G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia, and today we're going to do a beautiful painting for you beginners out there, and it's going to be kind of dark, cloud and a simple moon, but a good subject for you beginners to learn, okay? And we're going to start off with a white canvas, but we're going to turn it black. There's a reason why we're going to turn it black, and that's because we want to blend our colours with the black. We don't want to blend them on top of the black. Alright, me wire there's sticking down a bit. It bothers me here and there, but I'll get by, I hope. Alright, so we'll grab our colours. I'll just tell you the size of the canvas board there, 30 centimetres by 42, and there's not a lot of colours in here, but they're going up the screen for you as well. Alright, so write them down, pause it. And don't forget to check the links in the description below. There's one if you want to buy any of my art, and my Facebook page, and my video catalogue, alright? So let's get this thing started. Alright, our canvas board is dry and raw, nothing on it. So we're going to get some black. I've just got carbon black. You can use Mars black, or carbon black, or Payne's grey. I'm going to use carbon black, and I want some retarder in this because I want it to blend. Alright, and we're going to use some dioxine purple, good old dioxine purple. We're going to condition the canvas first to get this sky happening. Alright, it's a bit, what do we got here? I want to give it a bit of a mist. This is canvas cloth, okay, so we want everything to run across it. I need a bit more on there, I can tell because of my eyes looking at it, and it can tell that it needs more. Well, it's still a little bit soft. You don't want the water too much. There we go, that's beautiful, that's looking good. Now some more retarder, so you can see here on my palette as well as what's on my canvas there. Open up there, you. Now we want to start with this background to be like black dioxine purple, okay? We don't want to do it black and try and add dioxine on there because it'll be hard to see. So I'm going to use the dioxine first. I'm going to get that all on my brush there. Alright, now we want to, if anything, I want the top darker than the bottom. So this bit here, I want dioxine. Just like that. Look at that. It went on there pretty well because I've wet the board, and plus me paint's got extender / retarder in it, okay? So we're just getting that on there like that. Alright. Now let's brush stroke it out like a gentleman. Get this happening there. Everything's wet. It's all wet, wonderful, and wanting. Oh, look, watch this, watch. See how wet that is? It's all over me hands, and it's very wanting. That's the way you need it for this to happen, for these clouds and stuff to happen. I'm just going to wipe that brush, and now I'm picking up the black, which, can you see that on there? Of course you can. That's in with the dioxine as well. Now we want just, I'll get up here black first. Look at that. The board is wet. The paint is retarded. Now I'm going to bring that to that purple there. This will be an easy painting for you beginners. It's going to be, I love doing moons, and this is going to be something a bit different, alright? But try and be sure to get these colours looking as one colour, but with the depth of each other inside itself, okay? Now, that looks a bit dumb. We want to sort of easily crisscross that down, and I want a bit of just pockets of black within this dioxine as well. Not too much. All right, there we go. We've done that. Brush that out. Now grab yourself, what I might do is just grab a soft blending brush, and I want to merge all this together now, just like that. Okay? So we've got dark and light bits. Not dark and light bits, I mean we've got black and dioxine mixed together. Now the next colour I've got on my palette is titanium white out of the tube. I want to dampen up my brush a bit and just wipe it dry. And I'm going to use this brush to apply some clouds in the sky. Now this one we want sharp, deep and black and with clouds. So we don't want any mist really in this. We just want to get some clouds happening. So we load the brush up like that. I'm using this brush to put my clouds on. You'll see why. So there's our sky roughly. We want to start with some clouds. Now that dioxine and the black is going to start doing some magic. So we'll start from about, I want the moon about here. So I want something sort of just get a bit of cloud. I'm stamping it on. Don't go too light and put nothing there. Work out the pressure, okay? And I want my tops about there. Always come off your painting with a cloud. Now see that? You're going to pick up a blending brush, have a towel ready or rag. Now start with dabbing and twisting, okay? Now wipe your brush. You don't want it too stark. You want it sort of, I'll show you what I mean. See how that is sort of fading into the purple. That's how you want it. You overdo it, you're killing all the aspects. See, I could scratch the paint right off here up to the white under there. You don't want to do that either, alright? Be careful of that. Now there's a big white bit there, we'll just tickle that. Now let's get this cloud done, Ian, you're mucking around there. And we can do it in layers and whatnot, but see that? How it's... Get rid of that bit there. There's a cloud participating down into our sky that we're creating there, okay? I'll blend that bit back out. Okay, this is the sort we want. Now that brush is dirty, so I always like to wash it before I reload it. So I'll wash it in my big pot of water, okay? And then I'll rinse it in there. See, now that water's cleaner than that water. You don't want to wash a brush in dirty water. Now we're back down here onto the palette, picking up some more paint. And we want to put some more clouds roughly where our... See, this paint is very wet, so I'm stamping it on a bit harder. Some sort of there. These are sort of hovering on top before we put the solid stuff down the bottom. Okay, so we're going to stamp and blend this. Okay, just something in the sky. Look at that, they're beautiful, easy clouds to do. Get yourself the right mediums. Your good acrylic paint, a good quality one. And your extender / retarder. And we're getting the purple within the colour of our clouds there. I want it sort of mixed up a bit more than that. Now I'll wash that brush again, and before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we'll just pop in little bits of yumminess into this stuff here, just so as we've got some dimension within our clouds. You're putting the yumminess on there, and you're gonna leave it there but sit it back into that cloud, okay? Like so. And be sure to wipe your brush as you go. Sometimes you might have overdone it with your yumminess. Well, as you're sitting it down, you can sit it down a lot more than you intended to, okay? It's that easy. There we go. Now we'll probably get a little bit more more up here, not too much, just something whispering over here. And get him dancing around in the sky. Something a bit loose that's picking up the dioxine and the black before we put our more solid clouds in there. This one's sort of in front of it. Okay, so it's just a matter of letting it take its own shape. All right. I want some darkness left there still. And we'll see if we can just yummy some of that up a bit, just a little bit, like there. All right, now we're ready to do some more big fluffier white clouds down the bottom, and they're going to pick up a lot of the dioxine. All right, I've just washing the brush. This is all this painting's about, really, is washing that brush and reloading it with more white. Now we want to get some of the white. We could probably have that a little bit. I've just wet the brush so I can get some of that paint moving more flowable, but we've still got that good thick texture. All right, you don't want to put too much water in it. And then we want to billow up some clouds here. So let's get some of this. We'll get the top right up there. I want a little bit of... This is billowing. Stamped it on. Stop. Wipe your brush. I'm still using that same brush. Let's see how it goes. We want to stamp, twist. I do not want all this to be a pale dioxine purple colour. We've got to try and get all that colour in there. So what I want to do is bring some of it down into the purple like that. Tickle the tops just a minute little bit. All right? Just so as they're not so cartoony. And then we're going to add some more white. So our brush is clean. And we've got that cloud there. We want to start again, getting some more of the white in there. We've got to build this cloud up because that paint underneath is wet. But my goodness, we need it wet for the things to happen into this painting. All right? We do not want all our clouds a pale dioxine purple. It's very wet under there, and it's taking a lot of movements over there. I might grab a cleaner brush as well now because this one's picking up a lot of paint, even though I've cleaned it. I'll just show you what I mean. Getting some there. Tickle the top a little bit. Yeah, she's getting dirty. All right, we're moving right along. We want to get some maybe billowing up here. That down, grab a clean blending brush and start blending that into your wet dioxine / black colour there. Wipe it. It's important to wipe it. That bit there. I'm going to really intensify the top of those clouds so they're nice and white. I want them more brighter than the top smaller clouds. So we've got that bit there done. And we'll put something in this corner here. So I want it to come over that. Put that down. And dance from about halfway through the cloud, leaving the top. Don't destroy the top line, okay? And you can blend it to a degree and add your yumminess to give it that dimension if you feel it doesn't have any dimension. And see, with the clouds, you want sort of dark bits left in there as well. You don't want to colour the whole darn thing in and turn it into snot, all right? I'm going to highlight the tops of these a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. Could probably put something there in front there. All right, we're pretty much done with the cloud. We're going to add some yumminess. So I'll go to, say, this one here. You want the white being white. Once it starts turning into the dioxine purple underneath, stop. Now see what I've done there? I want to gently set that into that colour, but we're leaving it highlighted still. We're just sort of blending that yummy highlightness back into the cloud, just like so. So it's given the cloud some more vibrancy and dimension. That's a big word, eh? I feel like I swallowed a dictionary this morning. Get that twist. Really manipulate your blending brush. You really got to practice to blend to master this. And once you do, you're a happy person. Now, I want to put this one behind there as well. Bits of white here, bits of yumminess. White. See, it's starting to turn purple. I'll stop. Same thing again. Dab that. Just easy into it. So you got that. That's creating that outward look instead of a flat look, in my view. That's what I feel. And that's what I see and think when I see me clouds turning out like this, okay? Dab, 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 a little bit like that. Twist around. These are just beautiful detailed clouds. There's so many ways you can do clouds, but these are just a beautiful, easy, detailed way to do clouds, all right? Now, I've just got to sort of fix this up a bit. It's looking a bit... So I want some of this more yummified, bright at the top. Okay, put that down like a pure gentleman. And let's get this softly blended. There we go. How's that? Over here. Wipe your brush. It's important to wipe your brush as you're blending. Sometimes you can be doing a procedure and you think you know what you're doing and you're remembering it, but you can just forget one little fundamental part of that. And when you finish the job, you think, what did I do wrong? Oh, that's right. I didn't bloody I didn't wipe me brush constantly enough, you know. I've done it with a lot of other things. Not so much art, but with other things. There we go. We pretty much got our clouds done. I don't want to overdo it, but I might put a few stars in the sky here. So I'll grab that white brush that I used. I'll just take it out of there. It's still wet. Pick up some of this titanium white and get it a bit wetter, just so as it's very runny to flick off my brush. That's it. That's going to work. That's going to work. I just want to concentrate mainly on the top of the sky. That's it. Careful, less is best with this. That's it. Stop, Ian. Stop. Alrighty, I think I've accomplished what I wanted to achieve out of that part of the painting. Now all we've got to do is dry it so as we can put a bit of a moon in there. A subtle moon, less is best with this painting, and it's just going to be complete and that easy, alright? Something for you beginners to get your hands onto, your brushes onto, and your mind into, okay? Alright. Now with this moon, we don't want it too big or too tiny. I just want it around about there. I've got so many different templates made up, and I think this circle here that I've got is going to go perfect for where I want it. So I could probably sit that there. Now you need to get yourself or make yourself some templates. You get that plastic film. It's quite flexible from newsagents or stationery shops. That's good for cutting out these type of circles. Or I've got a laminator at home as well. I've laminated just some plain paper and it's made it more rigid, and it's made a plastic sheet where I can cut some circles out as well. There's so many different ideas and ways you can make these templates. Now you're going to need a pouncer If you haven't got a pouncer, so many different art stores around the world have good varieties, have silly varieties, and have no variety at all. So it just depends on your luck where you live, okay? But one of these will be great for pouncing in our subtle but there moon in the dark sky, all right? And you always, like this is bone dry, you always need it to be a bit mystified. Mystify you. That way, it's wet and wanting and willing and able to do what you need it to do. Now, this moon has to be kind of white, but with a little bit of the dioxine purple in there as well. So, before I dirty me pouncer, I've got the white there and a little bit of dioxine. How's that? This has only got 3 colours in it, okay? It's quite easy amount of colours to remember. Now, so I'm just going to mix a bit just to get it the colour I want. All right? Pretty much that. And then I can just highlight the edge of the moon with some white as I'm doing it, all right? But I'm looking for that colour I want. And we can probably go a bit darker into the black sky. So that's pretty much the... I'm going to grab this. Now, we need a little bit wet. So that's the colour I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going to make up over here, just with a brush. All right. And we want to load up our pouncer on that one edge. So let's just say I want to load up just this edge because that's the part I want to stamp on. It doesn't matter if more goes on, but so long as you stamp just that much onto your canvas up there. So I just want it here. Let's hold this down and bring that around. Now be careful, you can get stamp marks like what's happening there, so I'm going to wipe that and we'll go again. So that's there. I'm going to pick up the darker colour now onto that edge of the pouncer. Okay, just the darker dioxine. And I want to come from that into the black easily, but does it? Turn your pouncer around to get all those shades happening. I'll turn that around and manipulate that lighter dioxine into there. There we go, that's working beautifully. And then we just highlight the tip of that with white. I've cleaned me pouncer and I'm going to load it up with some new white paint, okay, just on that edge. Where are we? Just about that much of the edge of the pouncer and get it onto that edge. All right. Now we don't want to overkill this, we just want the hint of white on that very edge. So let's just slowly bring it into our moon. And I'm going to just show you something else as well. Grab yourself a flathead brush, load it up with that white paint. You can use this to get more control of that little white tip. Okay, just stamp it on because you don't want this to be blended in with all that purple. We want a nice tight white edge on that moon. It's like I'm just bleeding it in here now, because it's evaporating into that black sky. Let's take that off and have a look. That's pretty much what I was after. Now what I want to do here is grab a smaller brush and get that paint and start stamping it down. Make sure it's very dry. That's because I've washed this brush, so it's got some moisture on it. If I have it too moisturised, it's picking up the dark colour from under here. See what it's doing? I don't want it to do that. I want to just stamp this down into the sky, soften it. I might have to muck with it a bit because I've used a wet brush now. This should have been a dry brush. See, it pays to watch these videos before you do them. All right. Now I've got to pick up some more of that colour and pretty much get him back on there like that. That's too much white. I just wanted it subtle. So I picked up a bit of dioxine just so I can get that to that mid-tone colour that I want happening there on the moon. Silly me, I've gone and mucked it up, but I'm doing this to get it back. So there, wipe the brush. I'll blend that so we get a bit more softer white, purpley colour there, which is what I want. Gee, I made an easy process so hard now, didn't I? Now we'll finish this painting off just by putting maybe a shooting star or a meteor in there, okay? I've just got my flathead brush loaded up and work out, I don't know, where do you want it? Probably coming down this side, maybe into the painting. You don't want it coming out of the painting. So what I want to do is pretty much, I've got a bit of a hair there, I'll get rid of that first. I want to get me flathead on there like that, make a bit of a wide point, and then just bring it off the painting like that. And we can harden up the front ball of it if it's a little bit weak. Give it a slight teardrop shape. Alright, we've got a shooting star / comet. Now I'll put my signature on here. Now someone was asking me what paint pen was I using. These are available all over the world, I'm pretty sure. It's a Posca paint pen. Ask your local art store, and if you can't find it there, you might have to get it off online. But they're great if you want to do marking out. You can get them in different colours. Well, you push the head down to prime it. Now I want to put a frame on this just to see how it dresses it up. There we go, we got a simple painting with 3 colours, black, white and dioxine purple. And just a subtle combination of clouds, moon and a shooting star, alright? That's not too shabby, is it? Okay, be sure to check the links in the description below for my Facebook, my video catalogue and my paintings for sale link, okay? All the paintings are $55 US, and that includes all posting and handling. All right? Tell your friends if you like what you saw today, but if you didn't, you better tell everybody. All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on you.